everybody, it's Nikki from Gracie's house. I'm a content creator for Redesign with Prima, and this afternoon, for me, 2 o'clock this afternoon, I am going to be adding some transfers to a jewellery box live on the Redesign with Prima page. So I have, I know this is nothing particularly new, you've probably seen lots of jewellery boxes shown. I don't know whether you've seen a live to do it. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a while, and I managed to get this little one from a charity shop. And Gracie is 7 this year. Her birthday's on the 21st of December. So she's one of those that suffers from sometimes getting not as many presents because everything is so close together. But I spotted this little one, and she does like having trinkets, and she loves going through my jewellery box. And she has some really little special pieces, and then she has all the sort of plastic children's jewellery. So I thought this would be nice. Hi Karen, to do for her. Complete surprise. She has no idea I've got hold of this. And if any of you have followed my page and seen bits and bobs that I've done for her before, this is the colour that she's kind of got. She's got turquoises and bright pinks. She's got a really quite bright boho kind of bedroom. So I've pre-painted it in the Gulf, and I'm going to be working with, I've taken a small piece from the Gilded Home and Nature transfer, and I've also got some bits from the Lush Floral transfer, which is the same transfer that we added to her rocking chair a couple of months ago now. Feels like a long time ago. So I've pre-cut my small sections, because obviously the Lush Floral has got some really big pieces on. So I've selected the bits that are going to work for me. Hi Birdie, hi Jackie. All my lovely lazies that follow me on my page have come to watch me, so that's nice. So I've got, these are the few of the pieces that I've got. Not sure if I'm going to use any of that yet. And then I've just got one section from the Gilded Home and Nature transfer. I've got good old Eternal, because I have some really tiny little knobs to put back on, and I just want to brighten those up. So my thinking is I'm gonna kind of place this back here. Can you see? I'm gonna place this one back here. I don't want to overlap too much, so I'm gonna chop it off at the back. I think I'm gonna lose this flower, and I'm going to replace it with that one, just because I think it looks a little bit nicer. So I'm just going to cut that one. I know I could layer over the top, but I might end up being able to use that somewhere else. So I'm going to just cut that piece off. And I'm going to cut it off with some green, so that if I do want to use it somewhere else, I can still use that scrap somewhere. Hi Esther. Hi Joan. Thanks for coming on, guys. So I'm going to go kind of here. So I am going to lose a little piece off the back, but I just want to get as much as I can off without it folding under too much. So I think that'll do me. I'm just going to trim using the jewellery box as a straight edge, just to trim that piece off that I'm not going to use. So that's where I'm starting. Let's just trim the edges around off of this one as well. I think this is going to be a relatively quick live. I was kind of thinking I wasn't sure what I was going to do. And then I knew that this was something that I really need to get done for Christmas, and I need to get done while she's at school. So that's going to be there, and I'm going to lose a little bit of that one. I'm going to overlap it to go on there. So I'll do that piece in a moment. I've got the transfer tool and the tool that comes in the packet, because sometimes I actually do flip back to just the wooden tool. It just depends how much I'm doing, how big the piece is. So like I say, I want a little bit of overlap, but I didn't want too much overlapping. And press it down nice so that there's no chance that it's going to move when I start to rub down. And I think I'm going to stick with the wooden tool today. So this has got a little drawer at the bottom, and it has got a lift up, so I might add, say that piece could go here, couldn't it? That would look really sweet. So she's got a little bit that follows in. Hi Angela, Southeastern Virginia, lovely. It's nice I can do this time of day because on my page, because of our time difference, on my page when I go live in the mornings, it's usually somewhere between 10 and 11 as a general rule. And of course, most of you are still in beddy buys. So this is I know it's early for you still, but it's a good one for you to actually catch me live. A 2 p.m. slot for me. And I think most of you that watch are like a 9. So you love a jewellery box. I know, I mean, Cece does amazing ones. This is my first one. This is my first jewellery box. But I've got one that's kind of got like a quilted fabric, you know, like a cushiony. I might stick one on there because they go on those handbags so well. And to be honest, I'm so bored of it. I might do one on that. There's a bit more to that. It's a bit bigger and has flaps that open and things. Okay, I'm just going to go in with the plastic one just because I want to fold into that groove. And I just find you can have more control using the plastic one when you need to push down into the little nooks and crannies. See, now it's gone in already. And I'll just do the leaf. Oops. Okay. Let's see how we're doing. What's everybody doing today? What are you doing now? Are you just having your morning coffee and tea? I've had a few cups of tea, but if I get a cup of tea and I'm doing live, I get too involved in what I'm doing and I end up leaving it and it goes cold. So I've just got a glass of water today. I don't know if anyone caught my live last week when Gracie was on her school holidays in the half term and she came on and helped. She absolutely loves it. She loves all the interaction. She loves seeing the comments and everything. She really does. So she's always pestering me to come on lives. Angela, waiting for a virtual doctor appointment. Oh, crikey. It's just crazy, isn't it? All the things that have had to change. My dentist appointment's been cancelled. Gracie's dentist appointment's been cancelled. I think they're only seeing like total emergencies. Karen's supposed to be cleaning and organising. Do you know, it's funny. I seem to interrupt a lot of people from cleaning. Okay, so I'm liking the top so far. So I've got 2 of these pink roses, or peonies. I think, not sure either. But I thought, I'm just going to rub that and burnish that down a little bit. I thought that looked a little bit too bright. I'm going to put that on the sides with the gold. I think this one will look really, really cute here. It's just slightly, so that's the one that I cut away. It's just got a little bit more detail, I think. I've got some blue on there. So I'm going to place that there. What I might actually, I'm going to use that line, that guideline. I think it's quite, a handy line. Let me just make sure. Oh, no, that way around. I want that way around. No. Yeah, I'm going to use that line. What have we got there? So Esther, you're an avid watcher and you get nothing done when you see a notification for me, sorry. Okay, that's going to look cute there. So the guidelines are really, really handy. I mean, there's times when you have to disregard them completely, but it worked really, really well for this piece, just there. So there's a little bit of an overlap. I haven't had any problems with overlapping as yet. I know some people have experienced some difficulties. I know this isn't the super new, the new release, but I have personally had no problems with overlapping yet. Or layering, should I say. There we go. Just going to make sure that's all rubbed down. A little bit there. It's quite a relaxing thing, putting transfers on. You can just kind of get lost in what you're doing, and just quite relaxing. Birdie, you're having all red bush, lovely, and you were gardening. So cute on the top, nice little cluster. Michelle, the floral one is the Lush floral transfer, so it's just small parts from that, because there is some really big florals in this. And then I'm going to be also using a small part from the Gilded Home and Nature, which is the gold, the pretty gold. So my next plan, so I'm pleased with the top. We talked about, where's that little scrap gone? There it is. So when she's opening it, I'm thinking just where I've cut that little scrap off, that might look quite sweet there. Or do we go the other way around? Maybe that side. What do you think? Yeah, we like that. Okay. I'm seeing some... I'm just going to turn it to me so I can see what I'm doing, guys, okay? So I've cut it with a straight edge. I will just go over with a little bit of sandpaper because the edge of the box has got a slight curve. If you can see it, yeah, you can just about see it. It's got a really, really slight curve. Did I leave any sandpaper out? I've got some somewhere. I haven't cleaned the mirror. If you can see smudges, I've got to do that yet. And I've got to clean all the little felt bits out. It's in really, really good condition. It's just got fluff stuck in there. So I need to do some work there. Okay. I'm just going to grab a little light piece of sandpaper. So I've got a really, really fine grey, very fine, like you can't even feel it practically, because I don't want to mess with the paint too much, but I might have to. I may have to just touch it up. Yeah, I think I'm going to. It's actually folded over on that edge now. That's okay. That looks cute. I quite like that. I think Gracie will like that. Okay, the next plan is I'm going to cut this piece in half lengthways and then half again, and I'm going to do some here, and then the attempt is that the other half will go coming up across the top here. That is the plan. And also I'm going to layer on half of the big bright pink one as well. So I'm going to, do you know what I'm going to try and do? Is just use that as a guideline. So I've got a piece of one of the other top papers. I'm just going to use it as a guideline so I've got a straight line. Try to. That's not working too bad. Okay. So it's just to give it some little extra detail. So you see I'm going to do that. I don't want to wrap it around the front because I want to use the other half. So it's whether I use that piece there or whether I use that piece there. Just trying to see which one I think is going to look better. Oh, that's sweet. I'm going to have to cut a little bit off because I don't really want it wrapping around the edge. So I think I'm going to go with this piece because it's got an easier piece to cut off. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going with this one. There's lots of lumps and bumps here. So it's going to be a bit tricky, but hopefully I can pull it off. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the side pieces first. I'm chicken. So we're going to go here like this. Just like that. So I'm going to do that end. Hi Laurel, watching from Canada, thank you. So I'm going to go here. And what I think I might do, where's my bright pink flower gone? That's not it. Oh, I dropped it. No, there it is. So I think I might do this underneath, otherwise I'm going to lose all my gold. So I'm going to chop this in half as well. Approximately in half. It's really tricky when you've got to work with a small piece. I'm much more used to working on furniture. I just didn't have a furniture project to show on the live today. So I'm literally just going to do that. So it's got, you know, like a frame, framing it out. So yeah, normally I'm much more used to working on furniture, and having to try and squeeze bits into nooks and crannies is a bit more difficult. Hi from India. Okay, so I'm going there with the pink rose first. I'm going to say pink flower. I think they're peonies in this. I think the roses and peonies. And hi Gracie Gray. Great name. And I like that I can see a little bit of that flower peeking out that I did there, look. Sweet. Okay. One thing I have noticed, I had a real bad habit. So if I was removing the top paper, I had a habit of doing this, lifting it, and then on that last piece, that tiny last corner would fold under because it was still attached, and then that's done. So I've noticed it's not so much on these small pieces, but I tend to lift that top piece, drop it down, hold that in place, and then lift from the other end as well. Solves the problem. Great little fix. So I'm going to go over the top, which is going to look super cute. Because the bit of rose that's going over the pink is actually quite linear, so the pink is going to come through it. I love that. Look how pretty. I like that. I absolutely love this colour. I've been painting the top of a set of drawers in this colour as well. All these sort of colours. I don't know who's got the silver tone.
I've got the outdoor plate with Gracie's birthday.
Oh, right, okay, well done.
Pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah. Hubby's just come back in. I've just got a tiny bit that's gone round that corner, but it's so tiny I don't mind. They can't see you. They can't see you, you're fine.
You can go back this way.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've not gone wide angle today. Esther, Gracie is going to go mad for it. Mad for it. Last year we got her some clip-on earrings. This year she's talking about getting her ears pierced. She's 7. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. And I find as well, just like hotting up your finger will just help with the halo, and then the top coat will just reduce the rest of it. It's reflecting in the light. Pretty. He's camera shy again. Yeah, he'll come in and chat, talk when I've said not to. I told him, if you come in while I'm on, 2 o'clock, going live, don't come in chatting away. No, can't help it. So I'm loving that. I'm loving that layer. And which makes me want to use even more of it and put it over the top of the top one as well, I think. So I'm gonna do the same over this side. I think I'm gonna go top on this corner with the pink. I think it will still work, and the overlap will just give a different effect. Let's try that instead. I'm gonna go top this time. Turn you around now. He's got to go out again to pick Gracie up soon. About an hour. Esther, it's lovely, isn't it? Yeah, I really like this. And I love that gold layered over the top. Another bit of layering. So I've used the Lush Floral before on Gracie's rocking chair, but I haven't used the Gilded Home and Nature before. It's so pretty. It's so delicate. Okay, so we've gone up the top there on this side. And let's have a little, I like these little rose hips, so I'm gonna keep them in. So I'm gonna chop a bit off of this end, I think now. I like the rose hips. Let's go about there. When I'm doing my painting lives, I always tell people that sometimes the plan has to change. Admittedly, with transfers, once you've stuck it down, it's stuck down. So if you don't like what you've done, then there's a little bit more needs doing. But you can always do it again. You can always paint over something you don't like. You do have to just be a little bit more careful with transfers. Get it stuck down and then I'll tip it to your way. Oh, how pretty is that? Lovely. The gold's really subtle. It's very, very classy gold in this transfer. I find it really difficult to have a favourite. Has anyone got favourite transfers? I kind of, every time I use a new one that I haven't used before, that becomes my favourite. I just can't. I love them all. Lovely. Have you got any plans for transfers that you haven't used before that you want to use? Is there anyone that's missed a bit? The other thing is when you're lifting the top paper is to just do it really slowly, because if you lift it really quickly expecting it all to be stuck down and you miss a bit, then you could cause yourself problems. If you do it slowly, I've just had a piece there that wasn't quite stuck down. You can pop it back down again, rub it, and you're good. But if you just rip it off expecting it all to be stuck, sometimes you have missed a bit. So you just need to be a bit slow and steady on some of them. There we go. See, that top piece is still not doing it. Esther, you've got I love lovely ledger. Yeah, I managed to make my transfers go across lots of projects as well, even if I'm doing bigger furniture projects. Jackie, Wondrous Floral 2. Ah, yeah, that's the paler one, isn't it? That's like the summery one. Love that. I've used that for lots of little wine tables, the tops of wine tables. That's very pretty though. There we go, it's finally stuck. That's me not rubbing it down hard enough. Okay, there we go. it's such a pretty contrast between the turquoise colour and the pink and the gold. I mean, it's perfect for Gracie's room, absolutely perfect. So I'm wondering whether I'm trying to be too ambitious with such tiny drawer fronts and putting a transfer across it, because I'm going to have these little knobs. Esther, on your kitchen cabinets you've got transfers. That's amazing. Please send me a picture. You've got Parisian letter and never ending story. Ah, yeah, never ending story I've still not got. You're going to do an oak coffee table. Parisian letter I have on my piano. Most of it. We didn't quite fit all of it on. Angela, the one's called Cosmic Roses. It's very pretty. Yes, it is very pretty. You have some, Megan, you've got some Christmas, a different brand transfer you want to use. Okay, that's cute. So I have these little knobs, and I'm just thinking it's maybe going to be too busy to add this here. I think it's going to be. However, where I've layered the gold and the pink here, I'm thinking perhaps I could do the same up here. I'm thinking if I do that, what have we got? I'm covering that. Do you think that would look nice, guys? Just putting a bit, maybe I do put a bit that end and a bit that end instead, a bit like I've done on here. Yes, we'll do that. And then we'll do some Eternal on here. Yeah, Jackie, cutting it. You want to see me struggle, don't you? You want to see me struggle on the front. Do you know what? Let's do the knobs and just see how busy it looks. So there's 4, isn't there? Let's just quickly do the knobs. We'll come back to the transfer. What time are we? We're doing well. We're doing well for time. It's getting low. It's getting low. It's all right, I've got another pot. Do you know what I'm even considering? I want to put, when I have to go to tubes, I'm going to keep these and I'm going to squeeze all the tube into a pot. I just like putting my brush in a pot. So I'm just going all over with the Eternal. Gracie's not so fancy that she needs to have, you know, depth and stuff with her little jewellery box knobs. Okay. Do you know what I did with some hardware the other day? Now, normally I spray paint and then maybe use Eternal for the, just for like catching the highlights. And I didn't spray, so I had some brass. Well, I thought they were brass. I don't think they were going to clean up as well as brass. So I just gave them a really, really good scrub. And I did the highlights with the Eternal, but then I really buffed it. And it made it look just like buffed up brass. I've never kind of really buffed at it. I've just left it, let it cure. See, that's cute. Oop, 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 oop. There you go. Let it cure and then just kind of done it. But oh, it looked lovely, and you wouldn't have known that they weren't brass, or that it wasn't a real brass. Very cool. Use the tube for knobs when you can use your finger, and keep the tubs for the brush. Oh, well, that sounds a very practical idea, Jackie. Very sensible. Hi, Deborah, and Melanie and Gwen. I've taken the cover off my table. It doesn't happen very often. I'm just thinking I don't really want little splashes of gold decor wax pushed into it. I don't mind the odd gold finger, but I don't want it on my table. And these just push in, they're quite handy. Cute. Yeah, I just think that on the front is going to be too busy. But don't worry, we'll add some to the top. And you know what? Because it's got that sort of peachy colour inside, I was tempted to do Rose Celebration. But it's just not Gracie's, it's not the colours in Gracie's room. But it would have worked really well, and beautifully on the golf as well. Okay, so there we are. I'm loving those. not got my dirty painting jeans on. I can't just wipe my hands. Jodie, hello. Megan, you agree? Yeah, I think the knobs have made it pop just enough on the front, and I'm going to come back to my little bit of gold. I'm going to, oh, look what I've just found. Little scrap. That'll look cute. That'll look perfect. And then I'm going to cut a piece to go on the other end as well. Yeah. So that's cute. I'll do that. Keep it subtle. Whoop. But, there we go. Oh, no, we've got a little bit that's stray. I think we're okay. Let's move that along a bit. There we go. That's where I want it. Okay. So there. Sweet. Thanks, Jodie. This is, Jodie, if you've only just joined, this is a present for Gracie. It's either going to be birthday or Christmas, because they're only 4 days apart for Gracie. So we haven't decided which one it's going to be, but it's going to be one of those. Oh, it's so difficult working on a little fiddly thing. Jodie, you should crack on with these jewellery boxes. They're brilliant. But when you're used to working on bigger pieces, it's proving a little bit, I have to kind of get my head around working on a smaller surface. Jodie, she didn't choose, she did, the Lush Floral's the one that I put on her rocking chair, and I've been desperate to use the Gilded Home and Nature, so I thought they'd look really pretty laid up together. But obviously this is they're just her colours in her bedroom, so I knew it would work sort of pretty well. That's one there. I think I'm going to go. So I'm just going to trim off around this little bit of flower and give it an outline, and then have that leaf and then other rose hip to the other end. And then I think I'm done. My job here is done then. Cut that piece off. I think she's going to love it, Jodes. And again, because it's quite linear, all that pink's going to pop through, shine through. So it's going to look lovely. Lovely jubbly. Okay. Yeah, sweet. I mean, you could go in and do Eternal on the edges as well. I think I'm probably going to leave it there, personally. Got to be careful I don't go over onto that other transfer. It's what I was saying about having to, if you go slowly, you can make sure that you've got everything. There you go. See, there was a bit that I missed there. There's a bit I've missed there. And of course I'm layering again here. So there's 2 layers here. Angela, Gracie is 7 this Christmas. Yeah, Jodie, you've used Gilded Home and Nature, haven't you? I've seen, didn't you do that big, like, bureau drinks cabinet thing had Gilded Home and Nature? Lovely. How pretty. There we go. I think I'm done. So I'll seal that, and that's it. I'm really, really pleased with this. I think she's going to absolutely adore this. So thank you everybody for watching. If you have got any questions, always just drop them in the comments. I do try and check back on everything, and I'll if there's anything I've missed when I've been going through. Angela, you've done transfers inside your bathroom sink. Oh, in the 90s. Yeah, they did go through, like, and we bought like a doll's crib from the 70s, and that had kind of old school. They weren't as thick as water slide, but that kind of thing. They were probably like the original version of rub-ons from back then. But they're definitely much improved now, aren't they? Right, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, if you can, Gracie's house is tagged up in the description. If you can pop over and give me some love on the page and like and follow, that would be amazing. And I hope you've enjoyed this little live slot for you. And I hope to be coming again. I've got another slot later on in the month. I'll see you soon. Bye.